Last test, I think. Can I do it from here? It should be farther away. I don't know. Definitely gonna have to do something about my appearance. Oh, yeah. There's a brain in there. You betcha. Once zombified in my 30s, now, gosh, I'm 57 and still in pain. After 18 years since coming off those zombifying psych drugs that were a big mistake because I was never mentally ill. I was physically injured when the hybrid draft horse fell on me when he lost his footing. Yes, he lost his footing at a 90-degree turn upon a huge warlike run gallop. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember all of it. I remember backing the horse up into the woods to make space between myself and the other riders. And then I waited. But Grand Blanc knew what to do. I just let him go because he was a young one. A young horse. I don't know, someone should have bought him. His talent was really amazing. Huge, huge hybrid draft horse, white, Grand Blanc. Gorgeous. I think I still had my reddish hair at the time. Oh yeah, kids, they say, well, maybe the accident was so severe it turned your hair white. Oh, they could have a point there. I've been through a lot. But I think the worst was $18 years ago, starting 2001. It's 2019 now. 2001, April 1st, was the last dose of any psych drug. Because the team had agreed with me that I could and should taper off those cocktails of psych drugs that they gave me in my 30s, which really made me a cognitive mess, a sitting duck for all kinds of con artists and thieves. One thief was my very own sister, but she's always kind of had it in for me ever since I was born. Oh my God, yeah. And here I was, becoming the wild child just when she was going to marry that Graham Sherman. So she could, to distract Mom, almost shock her, horrify her, probably, because I went from a Bible-thumping Baptist to a wild child overnight. I guess I was 18 to 19. Things were rough. And I believed that Mom could and would stop that marriage from happening. And I thought, wow, she's had so much control over our lives, and she's had her way with so much, and poor Janet has never really had a break. And, since I was having trouble with my faith after the minister, 65 or 70, I don't know how old he was, Clifford Parks, had me up against his filing cabinets, tonguing me in my mouth when I was 18. saying that having sex with him would be a Christ-like experience, and it would help his marriage, and that he loved me, Cindy, which is not my name. Yeah, anybody. Throughout my life, it's been Cindy. That's what they call me, Cindy. People who think, well, they know me, but they don't. Cindy. Don't dislike it. At first I kind of did, but now, well, I'll let people call me Susan. That's, well, what the heck? I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive after all that. Yeah, so in my 30s, I was polydrugged on a mistake, and I fell into the fraud of psychiatry, whose drugs basically disabled my brain from feeling the rest of my body. So I was re-injuring myself time and time again, and I was severely injured already, and that's what the whole problem was initially. That emergency doctors, well, at the Hôpital Charlemagne, me being English, my then fiancé being French, and a tiny bit of a, not the smartest French-speaking person, definitely with a big heart. Anyway, I think I might say now here is that if none of this had happened, if I hadn't gotten into the fraud of psychiatry, I wouldn't know it was a fraud. If indeed during that time I hadn't been duped into thinking that the Mormons had something to offer because my sister was that, and a member, and all of a sudden very seemingly balanced and happy. Okay, I don't know what that was, but anyway. Okay, so what I have to say is, if all that mess in my 30s had not happened, and all the hellish pain that I had with the withdrawals and the sudden acknowledgement of the spinal damage, etc., that I had, which I still have 18 years later because it was so severe. If I had not had that near-death experience, I wouldn't have the solid faith I now have in God and in Jesus Christ. And I could be a more joyous Christian or a very happy person on occasion. I just had a marathon of 18 years of constant pain that it has basically remained untreated because of one doctor's lie on my medical file, which really, really is a criminal act. And, well, will God come through for me again? I'm thinking that it's likely that my prayers are being answered, and some big, huge transition, lovely divine intervention is on its way so that I can mop up this mess and recover some health faster, and then let people know of the harm of these psych drugs which they're promoting on TV and saying, let's talk mental health, there shouldn't be a stigma. Well, these drugs will kill people while they're taking them, or, well, yeah, while they're taking them. They, as Catherine Horton says, Dr. Catherine Horton, these are neurotoxins which mutilate the brain and reduce life expectancy by a third. and that's what has happened. My mother died at 65 because she took Valium from the time, I guess I was 2 years old, until I was 34. She died, and she changed. Her personality was so messed with by that drug. I thought it was the alcohol. Everybody else thought it was the alcohol, and maybe the cigarettes and her addictive personality. But she was alive and flamboyant and brilliant and yet chaotic. And all I ever did, I did for my family. And I am without child, and I am, due for a third marriage somehow. Yeah. Like my dad.